Hey guys, I'm going to go over some names I am interested in for earnings this week. We're going to start it off with Berkshire Hathaway. Earnings is tomorrow morning before the market opens. If you zoom out, you can basically just see this thing has been in a range. If you look in a prior, it was in a range before, kind of got a little tight, broke out of that range. Big old dip, and then ripped up, and now it's just been in this range ever since August, September of 2024. So maybe this can get going. Who knows? Who knows? I just have these range levels marked ahead of time. I am not interested in this name if it does not gap below this. Fails and looks below and then maybe accepts back into there, we could have a gap fill or a target back end range. Or if it gaps above, I would see if there would be some sort of earning flag or something like that to form, or even a pullback to retest these highs. If it gaps or doesn't do anything within this range, I'm not touching it. It's as easy as that. BCRX, BioCryst Pharmaceuticals, 9% short float. If we zoom out, you can see that this prior level here has been a pretty important level of prior supply, this $9 level. It closed above that, and it got some selling, some decent volume. We shall see if it holds. However, with a gap up or anything like that and a 9% short float, this could get moving. So I do like that name overall. Let's see, average daily volume 3.5, short flow 8%, quarterly growth, it's not bad. Cash to debt ratio is booty, but I'm not marrying these stocks. I'm looking for trades here. SMT, another name that I look at somewhat. I see it often coming up on my scanners. This 25 level is an important level for it to break. And broke this consolidation, pulled back, created a higher low versus that 1650-ish, and now retesting it. Maybe this creates a higher low versus this 1850 or this 2050, and breaks out. We'll see what earnings wants to do with that, though. Shorter terms are starting to curl up. The 50 SMA, the yellow line there, is starting to curl up again. So we shall see what will happen with that. DPZ, Domino's Pizza. Zoom out. It kind of had this gap here. We had a nice little gap fill, then traded all the way. So you can see it's in a range here. I am again looking for it to break this range in one direction. If it does not, if it accepts, if it gets above 485, that might be an interesting long, and then maybe it can go and tag these prior highs here. It's not my favorite look heading into earnings. However, it is, of potential. Zoom. This is a name I see rather frequently. Again, in range. Strong push off of these lows. Look below. There's a look below and fail setup. Look below this 77.70. Nice bottom tail, and target is opposite end range. So unfortunately I missed that, but oh well, is what it is. Now it's kind of flagging. It's kind of a little sloppy though. I don't know how to get this to go away. Not my most favorite look. HIMS, on the other hand, has been a superstar. I was in this for a while. You got a nice rounding bottom. Here's the breakout here and a beautiful retest. Ever since that retest for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks into last week, which would be 6 weeks, heading into a huge topping tail, huge volume. Nobody should be shocked that there's been profit taking in this name, especially after the run up. And so, anything that comes back down to this 33 level, I would probably start a position here. You would have confluence of that breakout level. It'd be a breakout and retest. You would have confluence with the 50 SMA. Everything is curling up. It's a strong name. Look at the quarterly earnings growth, 433%. Quarterly revenue close to 30%. Ton of cash on hand, very limited debt, nice cash debt ratio. This is a name I am looking to add to my long-term portfolio and buy a lot of it. I also think there was, I don't know, there was like news that they bought a factory in the US or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I read headlines. I did not look into it further. HD, that kind of looks like a Head and Shoulders to me, although this shoulder is technically higher than that one. There's a neckline. I don't know. There's a 200 SMA. It's at an interesting level now. If this holds, we shall see. If it doesn't, we shall see. PLNT, Planet Fitness, fail breakout. I would say, this is now accepting under the 50, spending time underneath there. This, get that to go away. That's annoying me. It's hiding the volume. I'm sorry. Nice volume on the sell-off, breaking the lows. It's closing underneath this level as well. And so we shall see if it continues to hold underneath that consolidation area. If it does, I could see it tagging 93, which is the gap up. Maybe a little bounce, hits that again, and then fills the gap. Potential, I don't know. But we shall see. I am a little biased short on PLNT. Actually, I think I put this on my short focus, but we'll see. Next, CART. Nice base. Just recently broke out. Looking to see if it wants to head higher with that. If we look at the weekly here, I think that looked pretty solid as well from what I remembered. Yeah, looks pretty decent. Higher highs and higher lows, right? Rounding bottoms, comes back, takes some profit. Higher lows versus here, retests that breakout area and runs higher. So this is a decent looking name as well. I guess I can focus on that. Axon, this was very strong until it started breaking these lows and breaking this range. When is this earnings report? Post market on, was that what's today? On Tuesday. Here are some levels I had marked out, and it's just breaking them. Double top, right? Failed this level here. So I wouldn't be shocked if we get a little bounce, maybe a little retest at this level and continuation down. It does have a little gap fill here to 470-ish, somewhere around there. So I would not be, I'll be looking for that potentially. We shall see how it actually plays out, but it was strong and now it's looking kind of weak. So maybe it just chip chops around. I don't know. Not a name I would short right now because it's pretty extended to the downside, but we do have a lot of volume coming in here. So I would be curious about that. Next, CAVA, a name that was strong and now it's looking weak. If you want to zoom out here, it's breaking these lows. It's looking like it wants to go for a gap fill. Maybe it holds this 97. This could be a value play. It's closing underneath the 200 SMA. Maybe, Monday it gaps up, it stops here, and then this is a turnaround point. But for now, it is indeed creating lower lows and lower highs. So structurally, we are in I don't like that. I'll just draw it from this. Structurally, we are in a downtrend. Lower high here, and now it's making a lower low versus this. I have no interest in it on the long side, maybe short side, who knows. Lows, breaking the lows, LOL, pun intended. Downtrending, lower lows, lower highs. Earnings is Wednesday before market closes. It's breaking this prior level of support on volume, so I would look for continued downside in this. Who knows, maybe I'm wrong. Now, caveat, for most of these that are breaking the low, these could be setting up look below and fails or undercuts. Could have limited supply, selling stops, and then this could just be like a quote-unquote bear trap. So that's not out of the question. I'm not trying to call anything. I'm just seeing what I say in the chart. Let me pull this out. Oop. Didn't mean to do that. Snow, what is earnings? Wednesday after market closes. Looks pretty interesting to me. Even if it gapped down to this 160, that could be a potential buy area. If it just wants to chop around in this range, I don't know about value or anything. I'm not a value investor, but you know, they're making money. They have more cash on hand than debt, so that's always good. You know, it hit this prior supply where this gap down is, so we're finding that supply. We'll see what happens. IonQ, I'm kind of biased short here. That is on Wednesday when the market closes. It's starting to some people will call this an H pattern, right? So we have a sharp move down, then we get a bounce, and it forms an H. So basically, it's just rounding. It'd be like a rounding bottom, except this is just a rounding top. We'll see if it plays out that way. Looks like it's trying to go for a gap fill here. I would be curious around, I'd say this level has been rather important. I'd be curious around 30 bucks or 29, I'd say. Somewhere around there. Little bounce, then maybe it fails to create, you know, it fails at 35, and then maybe it continues down to the downside. It had been a strong name. High short float, but I'm not, I'm going to put that on my short focus list. It's not too promising. CRM in range, broke the lows. I don't know if you want to call this a double top. I think it's got to prove itself to the downside more first before we say that, but it's, you know, not looking the best. I'm going to add that to my short focus as well. So going and look, NVIDIA, here we go, down higher, lower highs. However, it's back in this range. So we'll see, and hopefully NVIDIA maybe can turn this market around. We'll see. But overall, going into this week, I am biased short. Mara at an interesting level at this point in time. Strong move down on Friday. It has bounced here in the past around this area. So I would be, you know, maybe keep an eye on for 13 if it wants to bounce. Overall, it's just in a huge range. And who knows what happens there. However, if it gaps down, so I don't know, maybe let's just random number, $11, it gets bought up in trades and then spends like 2-3 days at this level and starts curling down, I will be shorting. If I have the time and can do it, because that is a lot of supply trapped overhead. So I would be interested in a short there in Mara if that happens. NCLH, there you go, range bound again, breaking the lows on Friday. And so we just need to see if that accepts lower. That is Thursday before the market opens. VST, I just made a video. I was trading this. I got stopped out. I didn't get stopped. I closed on Friday. I got stopped out, but I should have got stopped out sooner. Closed on Friday. Now below the 50 SMA again. It doesn't really, I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt. It doesn't really like to respect the 50 SMA in this name. Either way, I could see it maybe targeting this 130 area again. We'll see what earnings has to offer. GEO breaking the lows here on volume as well. Everything, 50 SMA starting to flat, downtrending, lower lows, lower highs. Short-term SMAs, I'm not, it's breaking this low. I would not long this. I would have a short focus on that, in my opinion, which indeed I do. Duolingo earnings Thursday when the market closes. Right now, it's a decent breakout and retest. It's close to the area, which really this was the trade. So I don't know if it's looking like it might fail now. Maybe it bounces off here again, creates a higher low, and then starts to fail. We shall see. But overall, looking at these names, there's a lot of them that have been in range. This guy's just in range. A lot of them have been in range and are breaking the lows of those ranges. So I am indeed cautious overall. There's Butterfly. This has been pretty strong, right? You can see higher highs and higher lows. So that's a nice trend up the 20 EMA. FUBO, I don't know what this is about. It's underneath that anchor VWAP. It's been in range here, so that 450 level continues to be an area of supply. Earnings is on Friday before the market opens. WULF breaking these relative most recent lows here. And but it's coming into like this interesting level here. So I wouldn't necessarily short it. There might be some buyers here. Shorts might start covering here just because price has memories on the charts. Costco is an interesting name. I would be looking for a retest of this level here, and we shall see what happens. When I think that's on Friday. Is that Friday? Post market, March 6th. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. That's not even this week. I'm an idiot. Ignore it. Costco is not this week. Okay. That's kind of what I'm looking at overall. Now, if we look at, I didn't go over the names in my market analysis. So here's all my watch lists that I have. Where's my Q's? Watch NASDAQ, heavy NASDAQ here. Okay, so basically like FANG names. If we look at the FANG names, other than I just messed that up. Hang on, let me. Sorry, that was my fault. I clicked on the wrong thing. Other than, put it over there. Let me make this screen a little bit bigger. I'll put this over here. None of these names look the best. I was just talking to somebody on LMD. I was just saying this kind of looks like a bear flag. I don't know. Could be, might not be. We'll find out. I want this to go away. So looking at Apple, we zoom out a little bit, you can see it's, these prior highs. It's so whippy. There's no direction. It's just chopping. Netflix, that one looks pretty decent. It's giving a little bit back now. So Netflix looks pretty healthy. NVDA, just chopping around. Hasn't really gone anywhere since for months. Costco looks decent. Meta finally giving some names back, or some some profit taking, but you guys shouldn't be surprised. It ran from this low 589 to 740. Let's not be too greedy. It's gotta, can't keep going up. So these names are they make up 56% of the NASDAQ 100 heavyweight. So I capped it off at 2%. OPCO, looks like it's now creating a lower high. Looking at Microsoft, this doesn't look super hot, especially if it wants to break, I don't know, that level there, and accept and go lower. That's a lot of supply overhead that would be trapped. Google, look at that. That's a nice consolidation break, volume break lower. This might have a date with the 200 SMA on 177-ish. It's probably not the highs or these might be decent dollar cost averaging or long-term buys for Google and Tesla. Tesla, this nice H pattern here. I'm actually might be slightly biased short Tesla, sadly. But is what it is. Broke these lows. It looks like it's going to go retest these 325 level. And if it breaks that, continues the downtrend, Tesla just looks like it has some work to do. Amazon also looks like it has a failed breakout, nice move lower underneath the 50 SMA. So a lot of these names this yellow line are underneath the 50 SMA. Yes, it is still pointing upwards. Some are still just swaying like a freaking wave going nowhere. Some are starting to flatten. Some are starting to curl down. Just overall, it's nice that we have the 200 SMAs in the majority of these names pointing upwards. That's kind of like the last defense for bulls. So I'd be curious on how things actually play out. Here's some of the S&P heavyweights. So overall, I am indeed short biased this week. I will say that. Short-term short biased. Simply momentum stuff. I did create a short focus list. Pretty sure that's it. Yep. Let me blow this up for you real quick. You can take the names on here. There you go. Screenshot it. Screenshot. These are the names that I will be short. A lot of them are kind of, or I'm looking to short. A lot of them are breaking the lows, or look like they're about to, like CAL. A lot of these consolidation type names close to the 10 EMA, looking for the break of the lows for continuation lower. That's simple as that. And so like CGNX, let me see the details on this guy. Yeah, should composite rating. So looking for a break of these lows. So I'm looking for a continuation of, break of the lows, continuation, break of the lows to the downside, this week, maybe for the next couple weeks. I don't know. Maybe we get a nice little gap fill on docs here. We shall see. FIHL, break of the lows, all right, continuation down. So I will be FSLR, break of the lows, looking for a continuation down. I will be looking for these names, GEO, breaking the lows, looking for a continuation down to go down, okay? Hopefully that's helpful. Thanks for your time. Trade safe, manage your risk, and like, share, comment. Come join us at Micro E Futures. Check out TradeIdeas. You get 15% off with my discount code. 7 days for free, 7-day trial on Micro E Futures, where that you trade a lot of futures, and then equities, etc. Where our team focuses more so on equities and options over there. It's a great, solid team. So hopefully this is helpful. Like, comment, share, discuss, share your ideas with me. I am totally open to learning and, connecting with all of you. All right. Thanks for your time. Later. Have a good one. Bye.